Hello, everybody. Hello. So another Saturday, another leg day, and as per usual, we're going to start with the hamstrings as always. Um, it's just preference to me, but when I start with hamstrings, it's like, and then I go to do quads on, the leg press or leg extensions or even squats. It feels a bit better. Like my joints are not as clunky, if this makes sense. Because obviously they've been, I've been warming them up, I guess, with the hamstrings. So that's kind of like why it feels better. Also, hamstrings, typically you can do leg presses or squats. They're not really help, but it's nice because you can feel that they're there, if this makes sense. You have the mind-muscle connection with the muscle. So that's why I'm kind of like typically starting my leg days with hamstrings. Isn't really, I don't know if there is any science behind it, other than the fact that obviously you're moving your joints and, especially on the knee area, your joints feel a lot better when you go and do leg press because they've been warming up all this time. Warming up, I guess they're being used while you do hamstrings. So yeah, I mean, it just feels a bit better. That's the only reason. It doesn't truly really matter. It's just a preference thing. So we're gonna start the hamstrings. I have this time around 87.5 kilos, and I say this time around because usually we do 82.5, so this is a 5 kilo increase since last time. I think we're gonna stick with that weight. We're gonna do the first set, do 3 sets, and then we're gonna do a drop set in total. So let's begin with the first one. Oh, well, 14 reps plus a couple of half reps. Good start. Definitely good start. So we're gonna do 2 more, and then the drop set. I really do like this machine. I've said this in a few videos in the past about this machine, but this specific one, I really do like it because on my last gym, they had both. They had the one which is like this, you're just sitting down, and then they had the other one which you lie down. And obviously, you're just moving the weight like down there, and you're just curling your hamstring. This one specifically, I don't know if it's because of the way, the machine is, because I think the other one didn't actually have this bit there. So this one specifically, it just puts you in place and you can just do the curls. You don't really have to do anything else. You don't have to think a lot about what's moving what. So it's a massive plus because it's not very technical. Whereas the one that you lay down and you're just curling your hamstrings, it's like you sort of have to make sure that you have the proper position, like position yourself on the machine is what I'm trying to say. And then obviously you have to kind of like pay extra attention to the hamstrings, and it doesn't feel that good. Also, a lot of the machines, to really stretch the hamstrings, the machine has to be it has to be set up and designed in a very specific way, because most of them, what they do is they really just cut the range of motion. So it's like your hamstrings are not getting hyperextended. They're kind of like stopping there, if this makes sense. And that's not optimal. And what I mean, this is the calf, this is kind of like the calf, and this is the hamstring. So when you do this, that hyperextends the hamstrings. But if you stop there, it doesn't really. So it's just down to the machine. But this one is honestly, from the first time that I sat down here, I was like, okay, this machine, I can really feel my hamstrings like doing the move. And so sometimes I just put my fingers there so I can like really feel them when they're getting stressed, and then the contraction, and it feels very good. So we're gonna do the second set. Again, same weight, obviously, we're not messing with that. 87.5 kilos, which is quite a lot now that I think about it. But it moves easy. I say easy, I mean, it moves easy for 14 reps. I mean, I could probably go higher and do 10 or 11, 12s. It would still be very, very effective, but I'm pretty comfortable with 14 reps plus a couple of push-ups. So we're gonna stay on that way. See, so here it's like my knees, my leg is kind of like doing this. Imagine that this is the knee, and then my legs are doing kind of like this. Whereas most machines, it's like it actually goes the other way. So your hamstrings are not getting that extension that you're looking for, and obviously an extended muscle is very good for hypertrophy, especially under load and resistance. So let's do that. Ah. Ooh. Well, a second set done. One more and then a drop sit. Right, do you know what I just decided? 4 sets is not enough for hamstrings. Because it's like, if you think about it, we're only doing 4 sets a week. Not enough. So I'm going to do 5. Or I should say, I'm going to do 4 proper sets and then definitely a drop set. And then I might do another drop set after that. Obviously, reduce the weight is what I'm trying to say. So reduce the weight twice and go to failure or beyond. I might do it. It's a weird one because a couple of weeks ago, I say it's a weird one. It's not really a weird one, but a couple of weeks ago, when I was doing 3 sets and then the 4th set was a drop set, I could still feel my hamstrings every now and again, like days after being sore. Not anymore, and it's not because I'm not training hard. Because actually, I'm moving more weight now than I did back there, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing more reps now than I did back there, which is obviously good because it's working, and I'm getting stronger, therefore definitely bigger, especially the way that I train. So I will increase the volume, is what I'm trying to say. We'll do 4 sets here, and then the 5th is going to be a drop set. And then depending on how I feel, like how my hamstrings feel really, we're going to see if, we can benefit from another drop set. So 6 sets total, not 5, and go from there. But that would be significant, right? Because it's like two more sets, even if they are drop sets. It's still quite a lot, especially if you're going to do a 4th set with working weight, and it's not going to be a drop set. So I'm going to do the 3rd set first. I think I'm going to do the same for quads, to be honest. I think I'm just going to stick to the leg press today. Maybe some Smith squats. We'll see. It's not, with legs, it's not really a necessity to do more volume if your body is telling you that this is enough. And I'm not trying to say, don't work hard. I'm saying work very hard. But when you get to the point where it's like, this is junk volume. Like I don't feel the mind muscle connection anymore. There's no pump going on. It's just too much. You can stop that. It's like anything you do past that point is junk. It's just that it doesn't do anything, and in some cases, it will cost you muscle, not build you muscle. So don't do it. Let's do the 3rd one. Ah, okay. I'm pretty sure that was 13 reps, so I rep less than the first two sets, and then obviously the partials. But that's good. That's good. It's kind of like meant to be that way. If you're training hard enough, it's like as you progress through the sets, the later sets, you're not gonna be able to do as many reps, especially if you're training to failure. If you're leaving a lot of reps in reserve, you might be able to do more reps, or just the same amount on every single set. But that's never been the case with me. If I'm training to legit like failure, I mean, I can't do a full rep anymore. And under extreme circumstances, if I wanna go there, I might be able to do a few more reps. But why? Why now? You can argue, well, you can put more muscle. It's like, yeah, but it's not. And again, I'm not trying to justify it in a way that I'm trying to persuade you to not do it. But I'm saying it's not every day the same day in regards to going to that extra level. I think they call it level 3 of working hard, which is like, essentially, I don't think many people can go there, but it's essentially someone is putting a gun in your head and he goes, if you don't do more reps, you die. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I better do more reps. And you do more reps. Like, if you go level 2, which is you trained hard, you have that mind-muscle connection, but you train hard and then you get to the point where your muscles can't do a full range of motion, that's failure. A lot of people think failure is if you do partial reps. It's like, no, 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 no. If you can't complete a full rep properly, you've reached failure. A lot of people don't get that. Now, people give up before they get to that point, but that's different. I'm saying if you're training literally so hard and you're really trying and you can't do a full range of motion rep, so from there to there, and you stop there, even though it's nearly a full rep, you've reached failure for that muscle group. You can still do partials, that's fine. I'm not saying don't do them, and I'm not saying that they don't have any benefit, but I'm saying if you can't complete a full range of motion rep, you've reached failure, and that's okay, obviously. We want that in many, many cases. So we're going to do the fourth set in a second, and then we're going to do the first drop set and sort of decide what's next in terms of hamstrings, I mean. So we're going to begin the fourth set. Fourth set, right? Pretty sure that's the fourth set. And then start the drop sets. I'm pretty sure that's the fourth set, and I haven't done a fourth set. Oh well. Even if it's not, it's fine. We're going to do another set with the 87.5, not 82.5, and then start the drop sets. Oh. I think that was a lep. I think that was a rep less than last set, so we're okay. So now we're gonna do the first drop set. I'm gonna take 3 plates off, so we are gonna go back down to 72.5 kilos. So that should be 70, yeah, 72.5 kilos, and that would be the first drop set. And then we're sort of gonna decide if we're gonna do another drop set, which, if I do, I think I'm gonna do them in rapid succession. So do the first drop set. I'm gonna take a break now, do the first drop set, and then depending on where I am, I might just reduce the weight and just do a quick drop set straight after that with even less weight. That sort of tactic is good and it works because it sort of maximizes, it's taking everything that your muscle has to give in a safe manner. It's because obviously you've done 4 sets, right? there is a lot of fatigue accumulated in the muscle. It's like then you drop the weight, so you can do still more reps with proper technique, and then you drop the weight further. What that does, it doesn't only allow you to do more reps and really squeeze everything out of the muscle, but it's a safe way to do it because you don't have a lot of weight. You're not moving a lot of weight, so it's like it's safe. You know, you're not going to get injured, or at least the likelihood of injury is like it's being reduced dramatically. So it's probably one of the best ways to do it, to be honest. So just a minute more to breathe, and then we're going to start the first drop set and sort of go from there. Right, so this is the fifth set and the drop set. Again, once again, 82.5 kilos on. I'm going to try to keep the tempo the same as before, but sometimes if the weight is lighter, you tend to be moving a little bit quicker, especially on the way down. This specific exercise, when I say on the way down on this specific exercise, so, you know, when you're trying to do the rep, because the weight is lighter, you move a bit quicker, but still, I'll try to keep the tempo the same, just so we can see how many reps we have in reserve. When I say in reserve, I don't mean how many reps I have in reserve with the weight that I usually move, I mean how many reps I have in reserve on the drop set, left in the muscles in general, if this makes sense. So, let's start. Hey, that was more than 14. Oh, it was around 15, 16. And then obviously a few partials. So I'm gonna take 2 plates off. We're gonna go back down to 62.5. So 10 kilos less. 30 seconds. And then we're gonna start. Yes, we're gonna do another drop set in case you didn't figure that out by now. But yeah, second drop set. So six sets in total. Should be good enough. Should be good enough. Good enough for the gains. Oh, fuck me. That's it for the hamstrings. That was good. That was pretty good. So now we're gonna do some leg press stuff. Oh, see you over there. Alright, so we're gonna start the quads now. Obviously, leg press. Small difference. This is on my back. That would give me a little bit more, leverage to really stress the quads. Well, here's the difference. We have 140 kilos on plus the legs, 180 to 200 kilos in total. I say that usually I don't put the 20s on. So at the moment, as I said, we have about 140 kilos on the legs. Usually we have 100 plus the legs, obviously. So yeah, there's a 40 kilo difference from what we usually do. And that is because, I don't know, it's like in the last few days, it's like when it comes to my quads, I really do feel like I should be lifting a bit heavier. So now 40 kilos is not necessarily a bit heavier, it's quite a bit heavier. But I was like, fuck it, let's see how it feels. If it feels that awful, it's okay. It's just a first set, so then we can go back down in weight. But let's see how many reps we can actually do and how they feel. And we're gonna decide whether or not, we should go down in weight or just leave that on for the remaining of the 3 to 4 sets, and then there's gonna be a drop set. So we'll see. Ah, ah. No, that was actually good. I think we did like 12 reps. Not bad. The trouble with this is you can't really do partial reps, not safely. So it's a bit of a negative. Well, that's okay. 12, 13 reps, something like that. I think the weight is good enough, to be honest. If we can do that, if we're going to do that many reps, it means it's good. And good reps too. I don't know if you saw, there was a pause at the bottom. We really went all the way down. And then at the top, we didn't really rest. When I reached a certain height, it just dropped back down instantly. But yeah. Give me a minute. All right, so we're going to begin the second set. I'm not going to lie, that first set took quite a lot of me. I'm not even joking, it's like I needed to rest for more than 3 minutes. More than 4 minutes. And still my quads feel a bit sore, but hey, it is what it is. So I think we're gonna do 3 proper sets and then a drop set, but we will see. We will see. Obviously, when you're lifting heavier, especially if you're doing the reps, that is added volume. Because when we say volume, we don't necessarily mean volume in numbers, as in sets or reps. That also applies for weight. So the more weight, the more volume you do, because you're moving more weight, right? So 14 reps with 100 kilos is not the same volume as 14 reps with 80 kilos, obviously. That should be a given. But yeah, it's a lot of people are like, oh, I need to do more reps, I need to do more sets per week. It's like, yeah, you can increase the weight. Stuff out. Oh, okay. Oh, my quads just hurt. Ah, All right. Oh, fuck me. I'm not overreacting. I promise. Oh, all right. Ah. Oh, give me a minute again. So this is going to be the third set, and I'm pretty sure after that I'm going to do a drop set. Honestly, that extra weight, I know I say extra weight as in it's not a lot, but 40 kilos is quite a lot of extra weight if you think about it. So it has made quite the difference, if not all the difference. It's like my quads are literally, I think I'm 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes deep into rest in between sets, and I'm like, am I ready? Am I ready to go and do another set after all this? I should be. Right? I've caught my breath. It's just my quads, like this section specifically. Oh, it's burning up. It's not good. But it is what it is. I guess the problem is if you don't feel that way, it's like, are you really doing anything? That's a good question to ask. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Oh, fuck me. After a very long break, it's like the more sets I do, the more I need to rest to sort of be able to go back and do another set. It's legs. You're kind of supposed to feel like that. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying this was definitely more than 5 minutes of a rest in between sets, and my quads are still not 100% ready, but it's all right. We're gonna do the drop set anyway, so that's the fourth set, so a drop set. And I think then honestly we can call it a day today. But let's do the drop set first. Sort of see where we're at after. Come on. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Nah, that's definitely enough. Oh, my legs. Yeah, that's definitely enough for the day. Oh, assuming I can walk tomorrow, I have arms tomorrow. So it should be an easy one. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. Obviously, it was a pretty good day. Oh, it's just I feel so exhausted after all this. Adding more weight, surprisingly enough, definitely plays a massive role, especially if you add 40 more kilos. But here we are. Alright, we wrap it up. I'm gonna try my very best to stand on my own 2 feet with no assistance. I'm joking, I'm probably gonna use that to stand up anyway. And then we're gonna go home and eat. And as I said, I'll see you tomorrow with some arms. Peace. Oh, fuck me. Oh.